Hello, fearless communicators. Diane A. Ross here, your Fearless Conversations mentor. And I'm wondering if it would be helpful for you to have a few tips to feel more fearless. To feel more fearless when you know you have a big presentation coming up, you're going in to have a difficult conversation, or maybe you're just having a get together with somebody who you know has a tendency to set you off, or to where you find you get hooked and you know you're going into, maybe it's a family situation. All right. Now, the reason this is very timely for me is I have a big keynote presentation coming up in Washington, D.C. I'm nervous about it. I'm excited about it. I want to make sure that I can really bring my most outgoing, connected, interactive self to the table. And yet I'm finding I'm fighting some nerves. I'm fighting the nerves of, this is your big opportunity. That little voice saying, I hope you don't screw this up. And this is, these are really important people. And, make sure that you do this and, don't do that. And I've got all this like negativity that's been cropping up, here and there. I shouldn't say all the time, but it's definitely been cropping up. And as it gets closer to the time, I find that, I've really had to think about some strategies to manage that negative self-talk. All right, so I want to share those with you just to see if they're helpful for you at all. So number one thing is think about what it was like when you were maybe 3 years old. Sometime when you were little, that you remember that you were just fearless, like you were confident, you just went out there and did things and you said what you needed to say and you didn't worry about what people thought, and connect with that little girl or that little boy in you and what that really felt like, right? How free it was. So what I did is I decided to go through some old pictures, and I found a picture of myself when I was 3. Here I am on the beach posing, and I put a little photoshopped a little cape on myself, a little crown. And so I could be my own superhero, and remembering what it was like back then to be fearless. Now, not only was this fun, super fun to do, but it really reminded me of how it felt in my body when I felt that confidence, when I felt so fearless, when, the world just seemed so simple, and to really connect with that. All right, to really connect with that. So if you're thinking, well, I can't think of a picture that would work, or I can't really think of a time, then as a child, then think of a time when you nailed a presentation, you nailed a job interview, you showed up in a difficult, anxiety-provoking situation just the way you wanted to, and go back to that situation and recreate what it felt like, what it looked like, what it smelled like, and really get that into your body and feel it. All right. I know it sounds a little bit hokey, but it works. And if you have a chance to do a picture like this, I actually did one of my son when he was 3. He was diving into a pool, and I put a cape on him, diving into a pool, and I love it. It's so fun. I don't have it printed off yet, so I can't show you, but I know he's going to love it. I actually made it into a mug for him. Like, how great to connect with your superhero kid. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2 is I took the time. It seemed like a waste of time, when I first did it. But this was recommended by my coach, was to put together a playlist of motivational songs that I love. And so I was digging, trying to find a theme song, and I found about 4 or 5 that I really liked, put them into a playlist, and every day, I have my presentations coming up in a week. Every day, the last 3 days since I put it together, I put that music on at least once a day. I dance around my office, and I just think positive thoughts, and I get my body moving, and I think about my presentation, right? Not so much about what I'm going to say, but just how I'm going to show up. And it's been really fun, and I've gotten a little bit of exercise too. So that's the number 2 thing to help you feel more fearless when you have that little nagging voice, is put together that playlist of songs you love and just dance when you're by yourself. It's awesome, right? Maybe do it in your car. I've been grooving in my car a little bit. It's been really fun. All right, so that's the number 2 thing. And then the number 3 thing in terms of dealing with our, wanting to be more fearless is do your preparation, right? Do your preparation. Don't put it off. So if you're going to that job interview, think about the things that the key things you want to get across, those things that are important to you, right? If you're doing that presentation, prepare for it. Not every word, but really think about it, like, how do I want that to go? And if you're going into that anxiety-provoking family situation, think about some of the things that have happened in the past and how you might want to show up and how you might want to respond to that. And this is not about having a script. It's more just like going through the process so that then you could say, okay, I've done my preparation. And that's what I've done. It was stressing me out. So I went through and I finally kind of really formulated, okay, this is how I think it's all going to go. Here are some of the stories I want to share. Here are some of the main points I want to make. And then I'm going to put that aside and just trust that it'll come. But that preparation gives you that feeling like, okay, I'm going to be all right. All right, so there's 3 tips. If you're thinking ahead on the horizon, something coming up, you're feeling nervous about it, to help you with your fearlessness, reconnect with that fearless superhero that you are. Even get a photograph, all right? Number 2, put together like your most favorite list of songs that you can groove to, and groove to them. Imagine yourself, visualizing yourself in the situation, showing up to be just exactly how you want and what that feels like. And number 3 is do your preparation, right? Dig in, do the preparation, get out of the spin cycle, do the prep so that you can just then trust that you have what you need when you get there. All right? All right. I hope that helps. Until next time, be fearless. And remember, you have everything you need to tackle the difficult conversations in your life. Thank you.